Today is Friday, July 11th, and I'm just wondering if LeBron James is going to become available this offseason.
And now, a word from our title sponsor.
Eyeing retirement? We aim to turn your nest egg into a paycheck with half the amount you've been led to believe. Fluent Financial combines in-house portfolio design risk management with income-generating investments designed to aid your financial independence. Our goal is to develop an effective portfolio strategy to help you retire sooner and have a better lifestyle. Fluent Financial can also implement a program that allows business owners to install a cash balance plan, which may potentially reduce income tax payments. You've worked hard to become successful. Let us help develop an effective portfolio strategy that works for you. Learn more today about Fluent Financial. Retire sooner, better lifestyle. For more information or to schedule a meeting, visit fluentfinancial.com or call 972-852-4800.
Stories are circulating that all-time great LeBron James is concerned, discouraged, unhappy in La La Land. He did pick up his $52.6 million player option this offseason. But in doing so, his agent, Rich Paul, said LeBron wants a chance to win another championship before his career ends. Well, he's 40 now. That career doesn't have a long time to go, does it? Now, Paul also said that a priority for James would be, quote, roster improvement, end quote. So far, what have the Lakers done? Well, they picked up a decent center, DeAndre Ayton, in a deal in which Portland bought out Ayton. That doesn't give you a great deal of faith, but Ayton's a pretty good player, and he's way better than what the Lakers had at center last year. But they also lost hardworking, solid, all-around player Dorian Finney-Smith, the former Maverick, who's now gone to free agency. Now, many people study these two major moves and don't see any real improvement in the Lakers. And the Lakers didn't have a first-round draft choice. They did get themselves into round two, but there's not much hope for a round two rookie making a substantial impact in his first year. So, what if that's all LA does? What if a month from now, LB wants out of LA? Well, only one team has the cap space to go take his contract, and that's the Brooklyn Nets. And I wouldn't send an old mange-ridden dog to the Brooklyn Nets these days. Now, his contract contains a no-trade clause for James. So, if he did want to go someplace, he would be able to have the say-so in where he goes. And he wants to go someplace to chase a championship, perhaps this year or next. But where might that be? Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your viewpoint, you can get odds on anything these days in America. Some wagering sites have put out odds on who might be LeBron's next team if he leaves L.A., home of the Dodgers. and Rams and Sunset Boulevard and Grauman's Chinese Theater, and yes, the Pink Pony Lounge. The odds maker's favorite is Cleveland. Of course, it's LeBron's home. It's where he's working out some this offseason. He played there before, and he won a championship there. But would the young Cavaliers tear up their roster to get LeBron James? That to me sounds like a bit of a long shot. So, who is the second favorite, according to the odds makers, to get LeBron James if he wants to leave LA? That would be your Dallas Mavericks. Now, this is pretty interesting, and it's pretty plausible. The Mavs are built to win now. And LeBron, if he came to Dallas, would find 4 friends waiting for him. Well, 5 if you count head coach Jason Kidd, who was an assistant with the Lakers a few years back. But in LA, James would team up again, in Dallas, he'd team up again with Kyrie Irving, whom he won the championship with in Cleveland, and good friend Anthony Davis, whom he won a championship with in Los Angeles, and off-guard Max Christie, who he played with the last 3 years in L.A., and point guard D'Angelo Russell, who was a teammate with his last year in L.A. Kyrie and Davis are apparently really solid friends of LeBron. And if he wants to leave, Dallas can offer a pretty decent package. Let me design the trade for you. Dallas sends LA off-guard Klay Thompson, I'm going to round off figures here, who makes $17 million a year. Small forward Najee Marshall, who makes $9 million a year. Power forward Olivier Maxence Prosper, who's a kid, but an interesting kid, who makes $3 million a year. Starting center Daniel Gafford, good player, who makes $14 million a year. And backup guard Jaden Hardy, who makes $6 million a year. Remember, LeBron makes $52.6 million. This package of Maverick players would make just over $49 million. So the trade for salary cap purposes works. But what would the depth situation be for Dallas if they gave up 5 players? Well, let's start with the starting lineup. LeBron James would start at off guard. Hey, he's played point guard before in his career. And off guard would be a good place for LeBron James on the Mavs because at off guard, he could bring the ball up and handle it at times. Cooper Flagg, the rookie at small forward, could bring it up and handle it at times. And that doesn't even address Kyrie Irving when he comes back at point guard or D'Angelo Russell, who'll be filling in for him as he heals. So it would be James, Flagg, Russell, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. Kids, that's pretty salty. But what would the bench look like? Would the Mavs still have some decent players to fill in? How about power forward P.J. Washington? Small forward Caleb Martin? Off guard Max Christie? Point guard, off guard Dante Exum? Point guard Brandon Williams? And when Irving returns, D'Angelo Russell would be part of that bench. And also, the Mavs would now have some openings where they could sign a veteran to a minimum contract. Maybe somebody like the forward Precious Achiuwa from the Knicks, the center Thomas Bryant from Philadelphia, the guard Seth Curry. I had him before. The guard DeAnthony Milton, a couple of Knicks players, Cameron Payne and Landry Shamet, are available. So is Gary Payton, who played last year in Golden State. And perhaps the Mavericks could get back Kessler Edwards and Kai Jones, two young players who played here last year on two-way contracts, and quite honestly look pretty good to me. The scuttlebutt is, if he truly didn't want to be a Laker, then LeBron would not have picked up that option. But it sets his contract this year at a huge price. He's not out there scrambling for free agent money, or the Lakers trying to set up a sign and trade somewhere that LeBron doesn't want to go. And he now has that no trade clause, which gives him a say on where he goes. LeBron holds a lot of cards here. Will he leave LA? Likely not. But if he wants to, Dallas is strictly in play. What do you want from your favorite restaurant? Fantastic personal service, a cheery, welcoming, spotless atmosphere, and, of course, great food. The primest of beef, wagyu and lamb, incredibly fresh seafood, lobster, salmon, shrimp, Hall of Fame food from a Hall of Fame restaurant. 2 locations of Bob's Steak and Chop House, the original Bob's on Lemon Avenue, and the gorgeous new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Earlier, Live Better, and by Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon in Dallas and in Craig Ranch in McKinney. Bob's, a Dallas tradition for more than 30 years.
If you've enjoyed Just Wondering, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will land in your mailbox early every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning. Should you know a sports fan who might like our work, please share our contact information with that person. Just Wondering is technically directed by my wife Mary, who is also occasionally a talent on the show. It's produced by Mike Matern, edited and posted by Ashley Bullington. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering. I'm Norm Hitzges, and know that every day I'll be just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitzges, and I'll just be wondering too.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.